Hi and welcome to London. My name is Peter and I'm going to show you around to all the great hotspots of this city, like the Big Ben behind me, the Westminster Abbey on the right of you and many more. So come follow me. The tower in front of you is called the Big Ben, one of the most striking and well-known tower clocks in the world. In fact, the Big Ben is not the clock itself. It is actually the name of the big bell inside the tower, and its official name is the Great Bell. It was built in 1859 and is one of the most prominent symbols in the United Kingdom. Another great symbol is this 1,000-year-old church, the Westminster Abbey. It has been used as a venue for many famous and royal weddings, like that of Prince William and Kate Middleton. It's also the final resting place for many great Brits, like Darwin, Newton and Dickens. The entrance fee is 20 quid. Trafalgar Square is located in the city of Westminster. It is surrounded by musea and other cultural hotspots. It's also a very popular square for street musicians to perform. Awesome music, guys! Reminds me of one of the great British bands who recorded their most iconic album in a studio somewhere here in the city. So you might wonder why these people are taking pictures of an ordinary crossing, but this is not just a normal crossing. It's the crossing the Beatles used for their cover of Abbey Road, and their studio is right around here. The best way to move around the city is by metro, or as the Londoners call it, the tube.
The next station is Hounslow East. Please mind the gap between the train and the platform.
If you want to treat yourself to something really special after a long day in the city, you might consider going here, to this venue. It's one of the most famous concert halls in the world. Jimi Hendrix, the Beatles, The Cure, they all played here. And tonight, Eric Clapton is playing and I'm gonna get my ticket. Tower Bridge is without a doubt the most famous bridge in London. The famed city architect Sir Horace Jones designed it. It has been used in a wide variety of movies, such as Doctor Who and Independence Day. It is said that around 40,000 people use the Tower Bridge every day. Across the Tower Bridge is the Tower of London. It was built in 1087 and is one of the oldest buildings in London. Through the years, it was used as a fortress, palace and a prison. Buckingham Palace is home to the royal family of England. The Queen and Prince Philip reside in this beautiful palace, which is guarded 24/7 by the iconic Foot Guards. The palace contains a whopping amount of rooms, 600 in total, including a cinema and a swimming pool. There's even a post office and police station located within the walls. The palace is open to the public during the summer months, and as you can see, it attracts an overwhelming amount of tourists every day. Soho is a popular entertainment district within the West End of London. It is well known for its risque attractions, such as sex shops and gay and lesbian bars. Located inside Soho is Chinatown. Chinatown had its uprising in the early 1950s with the return of British soldiers from World War II. It gained reputation because of the buzzing nightlife and Chinese cuisine. Today, Chinatown is the epicenter for anything your Oriental heart desires. It is also the last stop of our trip. And here, at the iconic Piccadilly Circus, our tour comes to an end. I hope you enjoyed this bustling city as much as I did, and I'll see you soon.
Hi there, welcome to Amsterdam, the city of bikes, legal marijuana and of course the red light district. But Amsterdam has so much more to offer. My name is Leslie and I will be your guide for today. We are now standing at the Amsterdam Central Station. Every day over 200,000 travelers arrive here to start their trip to Amsterdam. Good one, because from here you can easily travel to all the highlights of the city. Follow me! This is Dam Square. The name finds its origin in its former function, a dam. Dam Square is the historic heart of the center of Amsterdam. From here you can see the Royal Palace, the big building closest to you. And opposite the palace you see a big needle-shaped statue. That's our national monument where our annual Memorial Day is held. Dam Square is also famous because of its living statues. Can you spot Darth Vader? Here we are at the famous Red Light District, probably one of the most well-known and most visited places of Amsterdam. You'll find plenty of sex shops here, but also peep shows, brothels and prostitutes. They sit behind the red-lit windows. And currently there are about 300 of these tiny one-room cabins rented by female prostitutes. And the fact that prostitution is legal and regulated here is pretty unique in the world. These huge ladders of Amsterdam are a popular spot for taking pictures. Behind these ladders, you can see the Rijksmuseum. It's the biggest and most important museum of the Netherlands. It has over 8,000 displayed objects, and some of the highlights are Rembrandt's Night Watch and Vermeer's Milkmaid. The museum is located on Museum Square, where a lot of festivities are held throughout the year. These are the famous canals of Amsterdam. They date from the 17th century and they have played an important role in the defense, transport and water control of the city. And to experience Amsterdam from the water is truly amazing, because all along the canals you can see the beautiful houses, so typical for Amsterdam, and the many bikes that we use as our main means of transport. You could easily spend the entire day on the water, because Amsterdam has over 100 kilometers of these canals. Along one of these canals you can find the house of Anne Frank. Like many other Jews, she had to hide from the Nazis with her family in the Second World War. Do you see the building with the red shutters? The house of Anne Frank is right next to it. Anne Frank became known around the world because of the diary she wrote during this period. Unfortunately, only her father survived the war. What would a trip to Amsterdam be without a visit to a coffee shop? This is the Bulldog, the first and most famous coffee shop of Amsterdam. And the funny thing about it is that it's located in a former police station where the owners actually spent a lot of nights back in the days when the selling of marijuana was still illegal. And when the station came up for sale in the mid-80s and the selling of marijuana became legal, they bought it, since they knew that this policy move was their chance of getting a lot of public attention. Well, and when you're here, you have to try it. Really relaxing after a day of walking around in the city. The Vondelpark is the most popular and biggest park of Amsterdam. The park was opened in 1865 and named after poet and playwright Joost van den Vondel. You can come here to relax in the sun, go to a concert or just do nothing at all. Thanks for visiting our wonderful city. I hope you've enjoyed this virtual reality trip to Amsterdam, but of course, nothing can beat the real thing. So, see you soon. Bye.